Hello all, it's Jmix here, and I humbly ask all my YouTube subs and viewers to check out Riskie Forever's new book, From the Streets to the Industry, My Life and Art on Death Row Records. It's a must-read for any Death Row Records fan. It has behind-the-scenes stories and never-before-seen artwork. Get your copy today by going to Amazon.com, your local Barnes & Noble, or you can check out www.riskieforever.com. That's www.riskieforever.com. So without any further ado, I'm going to jump right on in to my full-length interview with Makaveli artist Riskie Forever.
This is a Jmix exclusive.
Now, Death Row Records itself, it gets a bad rap. Is Suge Knight the big bad wolf that people make him out to be?
I mean, speaking on my perspective, I mean, he was a good guy to me. I can't speak on how he treated everybody else or comment on everybody else's stories of him. You know, mine, I don't have any bad stories to talk about Suge during the death row days. I mean, he always made sure I was straight. Whenever he visited the office, he always came and checked on me firsthand. I've never been threatened. I've never been hit. I've never been told to do this. I've never been told to do that. It was always, however he told me to come up with the project, however I came up with it, he was fine with that. I just never had a problem with that. He was one of the coolest people up there to me. Like I didn't have no worries.
Now, because the record label was so notorious, a lot of people have come out and written books and told stories, and there's been many documentaries. As someone that was on the inside, have you ever heard a story about Death Row where you thought that's bullshit?
I mean, like I said, I can't really speak, from everybody's own memories of death row or what they went through, and it's a lot of stuff that I didn't get to see on my own. So I can't really say like, their story was bullshit. I can't really say that because everybody has their own stories. But just looking at a few movies, more than just recently the michel'le movie, just looking at that, I can't speak on what she went through with Trey. But the death row situation, like so far as like I don't know. Like I said, I can't really say, but when I looked at it, I was kind of mesmerized because I remember her being there, being in charge at some point before I left, and it didn't seem, like she was really having that type of struggle with everything.
Well, to be fair to you, I mean, there is scenes where Suge Knight is watching about the shooting on television when he's sitting next to her. So, a lot of people have found some inconsistencies in that story.
Yeah, but like I said, I can't really speak too much for her story because I wasn't there for every page of that. I only got to see her when she came to the office. I got to see certain things that she did, and actually I was at one visit to the jail with between her and Suge, and just for that visit to the jail, she didn't seem unhappy to me. I know that there was times where she would do things around the office that people liked, but I know that some people didn't like her. They wasn't feeling her coming through trying to be the boss. So, I mean, so far as like the movie, I can't really say like, oh, this is bullshit or not because I really don't know how exactly everything played out with her behind the scenes or doing things that I was around. I would be a hypocrite to say, yeah, that's bullshit, and I don't know the full story. But just to say some of the instances that I feel like I saw, I do feel like they kind of different. They played out different in the movie than they played out in real life.
Most notably, you are known for the infamous cover of Makaveli. Was there already a concept in place, or did you have free reign to create your own design?
I didn't come up with the concept for that idea. Tupac came up with the concept for that idea, and I just visually put it together. Everything that took place on the Makaveli album was all Tupac's idea. So I just followed that.
Did he ever say, what the meaning behind being on the cross was, or did you not ask?
I mean, he explained that to me, but it was so long ago that I can't really rephrase it word from word on how he told me what everything meant. But I know that he said he felt like he had been crucified by certain cities and certain places and certain things, so he wanted to make that all come out visually in that album cover.
I do have to ask, and forgive me if you don't know, but was that to be an official release? Do you know if that was supposed to be a release, like a studio album, or a lot of people have said that it was like a mixtape slash swap meet release. Do you know anything about that?
I wrote about it in my book. It was not intended to be a commercial release. No.
And I'll go ahead and I absolutely will direct everybody to go get this book. There's been internet pictures of an unreleased back cover that depicts Dre and Puffy and the Notorious B.I.G. in a certain way. Is that real?
Yeah, it's definitely real. And I would have never talked about that. You know, that was hidden for almost. Let me see. That happened in '96. I believe that happened in '90. Yeah, it definitely did happen in '96. And it didn't come out till maybe about 2009, where people actually got the chance to see that, and that was due to the auctions that were taking place, where people were auctioning off materials from Death Records, and it was actually found out, and people started talking about it. And once the people started talking about it, I guess they realized that my signature was on it. So they started asking me questions about it. And it's like I couldn't deny nothing that was actually there. It was true. So I started talking about it. Other than that, for years, I've always kept that picture under wraps. I've never spoken of it. I've never really even showed anybody that picture. But that picture is also part of my book, not for the disrespect, but for the history.
Whose idea was it?
That was all Pac's idea.
As a fan of the Notorious B.I.G., did you have any apprehension making it?
I mean, I did, but I just couldn't be like, yo, I'm a Biggie fan. Like, no, I can't do this. Like, I had to do what I was paid to do, so that's what I did.
This is a Jmix exclusive.
What up, shut up?